going on National Geographic, that shit absolutely changed my life. I mean, people around me thought I was fucking crazy and I was bugging the fuck out, but, I wasn't really selling liquor at this point. I was selling my personality. This generation doesn't have a true R&B genre. And there's no perfect marriage between hip-hop and R&B. So all these kids are doing is just filling in for the shit that they're missing. As a journalist, as a curator of a culture, if that's what you're going to tell yourself that you are, you have to ask the right question and continue to do that no matter what anybody says.
Yeah.
We live in a culture where nobody wrote the shit down. You know what I mean? So how do I tell my 14-year-old what hip-hop is or what culture is supposed to be or what lyricism is? I mean, there's no rule book. And if you had a record, if you got a story, if you got something to tell that resonates with a certain audience, if you feel disenfranchised, hit Frank Nino and pull up on me on Shade 45. And a lot of times, we try to curate the experience for ourselves. As musicians, as podcast people, as radio people, I learned how to curate for the people that are listening to me. The music industry is 90% business, 10% music. If being a dope lyricist is a part of the 100% equation, it's 5%.
You do a lot of independent artists. What annoys you the most?
Entitlement is number one. Thinking you're the best rapper in the world. If I got a chance to do like a pop set, so like almost like out of my niche, yo, and I feel like some Fat Man Scoop Pitbull blood, yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. I guess my ultimate goal is
Yes, sir. We here, Force to Win podcast. It's your boy Frank Nino. Got my homegirl Leticia J. And today I got my guy DJ Inph in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying?
It's my guy right here.
Yo, listen, we've been rocking for a long time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a fact.
This guy has the same passion for hip hop that I have, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
You know, we respect the elders, we do our history, we put on real shit, and we're into lyrics.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? This is what Force to Win's all about, man. We trying to dig in, fuck with niggas that really fuck with the culture. You know what I'm saying?
The real culture.
The real.
Not the way that y'all want to curate it. The real shit. Not us, but
Give a definition of the real shit, the real culture.
I mean, what is the real culture at this point, right? So if you look at the entire ideology of hip hop, it was created by teenagers in the 70s. And this whole entire time, motherfuckers been making rules up as they go along. So I mean, what is that in 2024? Like, what is the actual culture?
So basically the culture developed from the 5 elements of hip hop, and you think that's lost now?
Of course, because no one wrote it down. Motherfuckers came into this shit thinking hip hop was the streets, and there's no clear definition even between rap and hip hop. There's no clear definition. If I was to go, because Frank Nino got a bunch of records distributed by my company, so to go take your record and distribute the Blaze G record, it will be categorized as the same. So which is which? I mean, we know, but how do we curate it beyond us? I just think motherfuckers gotta stop making rules up as they go along.
Make it easy on everybody else.
Write it down. You know what I'm saying? And curate it the way you want it. If you're frustrated with the culture, then, set the rules and boundaries of what especially.
So I want to take a little bit back, right? Who in your house was anybody in your house listening to hip hop? Like, how did you get into it yourself?
Yeah, so my mom's, I come from a Puerto Rican, Irish, Hungarian background, but I grew up around a lot of African Americans, you know what I'm saying?
And you're from the Bronx, right?
From the Bronx, yeah. So, I was chilling with Miss Johnson and Miss Jones, you know what I'm saying? And I was fortunate enough to grow up in a household where they listened to Spanish records like Willie Colon, to the Miracles, we listened to Temptation, we listened to Gil Scott-Heron in my crib. For a younger person, I was just always binded by that because that is a reminiscent of my childhood, you know what I mean, in a certain way. So, but I mean, the first actual like hip hop record that I fell in love with was a group called Joe Public, Live and Learn. It's not a famous record, but it was a record that I resonated with.
How's that hook go? You got that one? Oh, I was making sure I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
In theory, it was a New Jack Swing record with R&B with a rap verse, but it was like guys that looked like me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
South of the West Side Highway I grew up to. Some was just talking about shit that I was really going through. So that was the first record where I said, maybe hip hop is something that I want to do.
How old you at this time, you said?
Right.
I don't know, this came out like 93, I was probably like 10, something like that. This is super early.
Yeah, and that's where you fell in love, right then and there.
Yeah, that record. Let me tap in, man.
And then from there, so you're a man of what I call a many hats, many talent. Like, you definitely made a name for yourself.
Thank you.
So from rapping to producing to
film.
film. Film was like is what kind of got you into CODIS?
Well, National Geographic.
Yeah.
So it's where I want it to be. I mean, it's always the things that you least expect. So every person that's watching this right now, when you wake up every day, you throw 100 rocks at a wall. Every day. Every rock is an idea. Like you invested into yourself, invested into people around you, just keep throwing it every fucking day. And one day something's gonna hit. Something's gonna crack that wall. You know what I'm saying? And, it was crazy because it was the one thing that I didn't expect. It was like selling nutcrackers in the hood, like to get into the shit, you know what I'm saying? So that was like the first step to the whole thing. But, going on National Geographic, that shit absolutely changed my life. I mean, people around me thought I was fucking crazy and I was bugging the fuck out. But, I wasn't really selling liquor at this point. I was selling my personality. And I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah.
How many people could say they got approached by National Geographic?
I don't know.
How did they even approach you? So you just outside nutcrackers? Hey, guy, you're still nutcrackers. No. National Geographic. Can we holler at you?
So while I was grinding, like through the film and some of the things that we mentioned, I learned something called search engine optimization, which is basically whenever you search for something in Google, it's the first thing that pops up. So I figured out a way to get nutcrackers even above the Christmas, even above the play. You know what I mean? So when National Geographic was doing this shit called Moonshine Mayhem or Underworld Inc., they wanted to urbanize it a little bit. So when they Googled nutcrackers in New York, my thing popped up first. So they literally inboxed me on Facebook like, yo, we with this company called Wall to Wall Productions. We have a bunch of guys selling moonshine in Arkansas and shit. We want to urbanize it. Again, we're from the others. So I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But they really came. They was like, yo, we really want to do this shit.
Man.
And I did 2 days with them. And then a shout out to Lawseed posted my picture on Instagram. He had a show called The Drunk Mix on Fridays on Sirius XM. And he was like, yo, who the fuck is this guy selling nutcrackers on National Geographic? And I got the Sirius XM.
Oh, okay. Shout to Sears.
Again, it's like every day you throwing 100 rocks at a wall. You never know which ones you want to go hit.
Wow. But at that time, you said you was doing film, you was selling,
I was doing mad shit. I mean, me and my wife had a company called the Yadam Girls. We casted Fabulous, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar. Who am I missing? Chris Brown. I mean, we did that shit. I had a print magazine. We was in 243 newsstands all over New York City. Funny story is, I chose to kind of do what we're doing right now, where it was like support like the raw lyrics is. I had a chance to get A$AP Ferg on the cover of my magazine before he dropped the Work record. The remix with French Montana with everybody. And I turned him down to put Prodigy and Aces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I turned him down because it just didn't fit like what I was trying to curate.
So at that time, you're trying to curate more of a hip-hop type of sound.
Well, I'm trying to curate what they see now.
Yeah,
I'm actually trying to curate like a niche-defined audience. And it was actually one of the best decisions that I made. Because, I mean, where would I be had I took the A$AP Ferg cover?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, A$AP Ferg ain't no pushover. I mean, he was doing his thing.
No, we're not saying that. But again, it's about niche audiences.
Yeah.
Like your audience defines to a certain demographic. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're targeting, guys that listen to Royal Flush and listen to Inspector Deck. And, if you bring like a younger group on there, your audience might be turned off a lot. It's like you follow who you want to tap into right now in the culture. I mean, if you follow a person that's doing gardening and then one day they do fucking mechanic shit or like kitchen cleaning, you're not going to follow them no day.
Right.
So that's the beautiful thing about the way we can curate our lives right now. You get on social media, you get on your phone and just follow up people that you want to follow.
Yeah.
How long did you have the magazine and why did you stop doing it?
Because the way that we curated content changed. Like the print game was just different. You know what I mean? At one time when we were distributing our magazine, I think Daily News was printing like 1 million newspapers. And now they're down to like 200,000. So, people just switched from the physical to the phone.
Yeah, things don't switch. Yeah.
It didn't make sense for us to print anymore at that time. And then, so we have an unreleased issue with Cardi B on one side, a young Cardi B, and Chinx Drugs. Recipes Chinx Drugs. Chinx got killed 2 days after he did the cover. So we didn't want to publish an issue with him on it without his permission from his family, no matter what he was going through, whatever. So we just kind of canceled it, and it worked out for the mess.
Yeah, sounds doesn't change because I was in a DVD game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and now look what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I feel like I've been podcasting all my life. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like interviewing people. That said that you just run up on them on the streets. You got the camera. You know what I'm saying? We just do it wherever. You know what I'm saying?
Like on the fly.
Yeah, on the fly. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as structured and set up, but it was still like a. You know what I mean? And people looked at that DVD magazine like how they look at podcasts now. You know what I'm saying? But just now, you got to be on it now. You know what I'm saying? It has to be structured. You know, you got to put that work in. You're just not just running up on people and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, now you got my shot to my guy Lou. You got lights, cameras, action. We got to get locations. Shot today's cannabis. You know, things has to be planned now.
Yeah.
We was outside in the streets going for real, like just hitting that third lane. Yo, what's good? You know, catch niggas outside the block, bring that camera out. I mean, you know, I like that feel though. I still want to incorporate that feel even with this podcast. Like once, you know, I mean, we've been doing this for like 7, 8 months.
It's hard to do that because social media has made people antisocial.
Larry?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we're all of age here, right? So, you know, you look at your child and your child is antisocial. And why is that? Because they can hide behind the phone. You know, so the question is, how do we create that in real time? It's up to guys like you, like y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all too to figure out how that goes, you know what I'm saying? I can curate to the masses, but to get to the personal interaction, it goes back to the podcast, it goes back to the streets, it goes back to the people that's really in Graham.
Right. So when you went from National Geographic, you went to, what was it, Shade 45?
Yeah, Shade 45, yeah.
Did you start by DJing or?
No, I learned how to DJ when I was there. So initially I went up as a guest, and then Lord said he had a show called The All Out Show with this guy named Rude Jewel. It was on 4 to 7 every day, and they basically split them. So Lord said got 12 to 4. He didn't have a cameraman. I had an extensive background in film. Even though I was in that G, I was kind of pre-peppered myself for like what, if I got the opportunity, would look like. So I got hired initially as a cameraman. And then from behind the camera, I worked my way in. And then Lord Sear was dealing with a lot of health issues. Like he was dealing with just mad shit, you know what I mean? And I was bringing like a lot of the top DJs in New York up to Shade. I was bringing like Self and Drewski and just, you know, people, you know, Chubby Chop. I mean, you know, like I was bringing a lot of curators of culture. And one day I was like, you know what, that's my way for me to get on the radio myself. That's a way, you know, and again, it's like, you know, what the fuck you gonna do? Make excuses the rest of your life? I mean, when you gonna wait for other people to figure out how to curate your shit? I mean, you gotta go, you know what I'm saying? So I fucking bought a laptop, and I was promoting clubs at this time, and DJ Self was on at 3:30. He would leave every night at 3:30. So I saw the bouncer one day. He was like plugging in his iPod. I'm like, yo, fuck that. Let me plug in my laptop, and I got with the house DJ at the spot. Shout out to Frank Swift, because Frank Swift is really the person that told me how to DJ at Sugar Daddy's. And I just learned how to fucking work the equipment. And I took that, I went to the radio. And when I went to the radio, it was about curating the experience for the listener. A lot of times, we try to curate the experience for ourselves as musicians, as podcast people, as radio people. I learned how to curate for the people that are listening to me. I had to figure out what audience was actually fucking listening to me on the radio. At first, I was going through, I was playing the Lil Uzi, the Lil Baby shit. It wasn't working. Okay, so let me try to do this, let me try to do that. And I just figured out that I had a niche audience with this 90s to 2000s crowd. You know what I'm saying? These are motherfuckers that's in cars. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you own a car in America, you're like 39 to 55. You know, so are you gonna listen to 41? No, you're gonna listen to that DJ Premier shit. You're gonna listen to that old school Mob Deep. So I just learned to tone into the audience, and I'm glad that I did it. Yeah.
Self-taught DJ, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. I had no idea to DJ when I got there.
You're a self-taught DJ. You're a producer. You're a promoter. You got every single checklist. Hold on, what else is there? You shot videos. You shoot videos. You got a whole camera team. What else?
To do that.
Yeah, you did every.
I started the whole billboard wave that y'all saw in the pandemic. Motherfuckers put themselves on
billboards. Yeah. Yo, shout out to my guy Faye. Remember we brought him up here and did that.
It started from the passion of being an MC, and then just getting tired of waiting for people to do things for me. The best decision that I made was separating myself from being a rapper. A lot of times you don't know how to separate yourself from your passion, no matter what it is. Whether you work in the stocks and finances, whether you work in the fucking cannabis, you gotta separate yourself from your emotions to your craft. And that shit was a hit to me. Cause you know, I'm a good rapper. I'm not the best rapper, but I'm an elite rapper. I could dance with anybody.
Yeah.
But you have to separate yourself from that, because you know, who's gonna hold the camera? Who's gonna be security? Who's gonna figure out how to get the license in Midtown? Who's gonna figure out how to curate the farmers and do the day's candidate shit? Who's gonna work the thing? I mean, who's gonna do all that? Sometimes you look around, there's how many of us? 6 of us here? Motherfuckers looking at themselves like stupid.
You definitely get a team. Can't do it all on your own.
No, but look, if we all sitting here, so that's a problem with the MC shit. It's like, Everybody just know how to be a rapper. Nobody know how to do nothing else.
Yeah.
We all rappers.
Yeah.
If I pull up here with a film team, he's a film guy. If I pull up with a film team, I got a lighting guy, I got this guy, that guy, fogging machine. All right, how do you know how to get a venue here? How do you know how to do what we do? How do you know how to do what they do here? You know what I mean? Someone has to separate themselves from that emotion.
Yeah.
So you decided to separate yourself from that and put other people on.
And it was the best thing that ever did in my life.
So that you think that was more like your calling?
Yeah, my calling wasn't to be an MC. I accepted that a long time ago. First time when the music started to change and we started to get the auto-tune vibe, and we didn't know if T-Pain could sing, right? So we didn't know if T-Pain could sing. Then when you heard Kanye, you're like, oh. When you heard Wayne, you're like, nah, these motherfuckers definitely don't know how to sing, right? So I just you could tell it was like a free pass for motherfuckers that just want to harmonize, because this generation doesn't have like a true R&B genre. And there's no perfect marriage between hip hop and R&B. So all these kids are doing is just filling in for the shit that they missing. And that was my exit. Out of here.
It's like, you know what, I'm gonna provide the services. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, there's still some dope MCs that can really pursue it and do their thing, you know.
Yeah.
But we just decided, like, you know, I can rap, but fuck it, man. I got all this shit going on. You know, I ain't waiting for nobody. I got to force one myself. So I'm about to pick up this camera, pick up these turntables. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be a promoter, go to these venues, book this, that, and the third. And now you got I Get At 'Em Records. You know what I'm saying? It's the Army. You know what I'm saying? You got your own, basically, distro kid / TuneCore. You got your own shit. You know what I'm saying? You got catalogs of, the matter of fact, run down. You got people's catalogs that you own.
Multiple catalogs. I can't talk about all the catalogs.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, it goes back to the original initiation of where I come from. I could not acquire all of this. I couldn't acquire a 2-hour spot on the largest broadcasting company in the fucking world, Sirius XM, without separating myself from my passion.
Yeah.
My passion is being an MC. That is my passion. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta separate yourself from that shit. When you say get out records, we got so Frank Nino records, shout out to Blaze G. I got a lot of records in infrastructure.
Yeah. And I'm gonna give you some more. We're gonna get some more records going. You know what I'm saying? We got more heat dropping, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got some more heat dropping. We gotta keep that going, you know what I'm saying? I think when I started putting stuff out, you're the first person I never really put my own single out, you know what I'm saying? You're the first platform I ever even put anything out on, man. So thank you for that, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you took yourself away from the music and then started a business.
Yeah.
Right? So how important would you say to a rapper? Like, okay, yes, you can rap, you know the music side, but how important is business to the music industry?
The music industry is 90% business, 10% music. You know, so music and if being a dope lyricist is a part of the 100% equation, it's 5% of the whole shit, because it's gonna be production.
Yeah.
Let's say if 90% is business and 10% is music, out of that 10%, being a dope rapper is 5%. You still need engineers, you still need production, you need all that shit. I mean, you know, you have to be in business mind. You're stepping into the music industry. All you care about is dollars and cents. And again, it goes about separating yourself from the emotion of this shit. I've seen a lot of the guys that you've had on here, and the people that they deal with have no emotion to the culture. Yeah, you've had a bunch of disenfranchised people here. I mean, the people that they deal with have no emotion to the culture at all. You know what I mean? And once you understand that, you can navigate through the shit a lot differently. I think a lot of times we come into this shit thinking hip hop, and you know, like the streets and hip hop is the same. It's not the same. It's completely different. You come with that street mentality, that street integrity. These motherfuckers don't care about that shit. They don't fuck with you. They send an email. Get your body.
Yeah, black ball gone.
Yeah. let's say y'all got to deal with like a situation like this podcast right here. Got to deal with Spotify or some shit. And y'all went and Diddy just got canceled by the whole culture right now. Y'all went and said something. Nobody calls you. Nobody pulls up on the street and say you out here. They send an email to him that talks to him to that other person, and you're gone. You know,
out of here, canceled. Bye. Blackballed.
Forget about separating the emotion.
So you also have, I mean, you said you had a whole team, but I notice every time I see you, your wife is always by your side. She's always like,
that's my rock.
So you guys are like, she helps you with everything. She's the boss behind it.
Me since I was a young lad running through the blocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, it's facts. You know what I'm saying? She been with me before all this shit, and I think that it's important when I tell my story that I did it with someone that I grew with. You know, that I grew up with, someone that I really made it with from the night. A lot of times, you know, guys get wives and it's like 10 years, and I've been with all 20 years next year.
20 years, y'all are only 25. Let me stop.
Yeah. That is probably the most proud thing that, you know, out of this whole equation, because it's someone that I actually grew with. It's not someone that I grabbed along the way. And without her, I mean, you wouldn't see half the things that I do, including the show on Schaefer and Fire. But she was able to harness my energy in a way that I wasn't able to.
Yeah. You get farther than going by your side, you do go farther.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, it's
yeah.
all a woman behind it.
No. How do you guys, because you guys got kids together, you know what I'm saying? How do you guys navigate family life, shut down this whole, you know, the industry can be real draining mentally, you know what I'm saying? So how do you find time to just shut down the industry type of shit, the music, and then just do family?
You know what's crazy? That out of this whole entire journey that I've seen, now I'm going to get to do that. Because again, all of us in here wake up every day and throw 100 rocks at a fucking wall. Every fucking day you wake up and you just, it's not only your ideas, everybody's ideas. And one fucking day, one of the rocks is going to crack a window. And when that rock crack a window, you don't have to second guess yourself no more. So to answer your question is, now I can get to do that.
So you threw the rock and you cracked the...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's on the category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing else after that, you know what I mean? So now I get to like chill and like, you know what I mean? It was mad times I was at home for fucking 30 days and just bugging the fuck out and just, you know, because I was chasing my dream and I wasn't letting nothing interfere in my ultimate goal and accomplishments. So now I'm gonna get a chance. I heard Snoop Dogg, he has a record called The Only One, produced by DJ Premier. There's a line where he says, I finally fell in love with my wife and my family again. So like, that's what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like in real time. And I think that because I showed this amount of vulnerability and honesty, that's why the community has gravitated to me so much.
So I'm pretty sure, you know, you say you was gone for days at a time or whatever the case may be, like that caused a lot of fights. Like, did you have to like, you know what, trust in me? Like, was there times where she was ready to walk away?
Upon throwing those rocks at the wall, you don't give a fuck what nobody think. If you really want to accomplish your goals and dreams, you don't care what nobody think. You don't care what your mom think, your wife think, your kids think.
Tunnel vision.
I had to deal with that, and during the pandemic. I ain't gonna lie, the pandemic definitely saved my life. 100%, because I was going down a downhill spiral that even I couldn't control, and I couldn't even understand what was happening to me. Because I was dealing with fame, power, being around this, being around that. I was drinking every fucking day. It was like, you know, it was like days upon days of alcohol and this and that, you know what I mean? So I know the pandemic affected people a certain way, but for me, the pandemic was positive to me. Because I got to refocus on what my initial goal was. Because a part of this dream, you can get fucked up in the glitz and glamour and the different responsibilities. And we all come from minority situations. None of us ever had power. We all come from welfare. We come from fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Once you get the power, you don't know how to control that shit. You know, like, you don't know how to control when you actually say something and people listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was definitely an uphill battle. You just gotta learn how to balance it. I think that comes with maturity.
Yeah, balance is the, Can't be too much of this, can't be too much of that. You just gotta
figure out how to balance it.
But balance is hard. That's not an easy task, man.
So do the kids want to get into the business?
Nah, the kids are fucking this music shit. They want to chill, man. My daughter's super talented. She dance, she rap, she do a bunch of shit. None of my kids want nothing to do with this. They saw me and they're like, I don't want nothing to do with this, Dad. Just get me through college. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, you just push me through it. And then that's okay too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one of the luxuries that I have, for example, I had 41, who was like one of the hottest drill groups on the Punch on the Canopy. So I got a chance to take my daughter to go see our favorite artist. So I think they live like vicariously through me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No responsibility. They saw my mistakes in my way. They just don't want no parts of it. They just going straight through.
Yeah, when the kids know what you do, man. My daughter go on there talking about, oh, they call you Frank Nino. She don't want to call me Dad. Yeah. I'm like, Frank Nino.
Let me ask you, I can even run a video. How many episodes you out of this podcast?
This is 31 episodes.
31. Who was the best guest? Y'all talks amongst yourselves, like, who's the best guest you had? Or at least the most like interactive conversation, you know what I'm saying, the person y'all felt most comfortable with.
Okay, so the craziest one, I'm gonna go to the craziest one. That was Maine.
Okay,
And I sent some shit in front of Maine, right? And then, and then the most comfortable, the person that talked the most.
Man, person who talked the
I
most.
think Charlie Clips.
Charlie Clips, yeah.
Charlie Clips was cool.
Benzino just now too. Benzino.
Yeah, Benzino too. Benzino made me feel like, yeah.
I'd say, damn, Benzino, what's up with this? What's going on with that? Wow.
It's above my pay grade. I fuck with everybody.
Oh yeah, I forget.
It's above my pay grade.
You know.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Rolls up
You
to
know.
me. And then it's again. You know?
Yeah.
So Benzino was a little.
But you gotta understand this too, like me and Letitia, we are from the bottom. Like, people saying this is a podcast that, you know, we both had, you know, relationships before we even came together and able to get these type of interviews because we have no, you know me, you know what I'm saying? We have no backing. This is from the bottom. These interviews, we got DJ Inf on here. We got, Mano, Benzino. And you know.
I respected that. I respected they're gonna punch on the cat.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of rappers is ducking me. A lot of guys is super ducking me for the punch on the cat.
Yeah.
2 hours, rest in peace, K-Slay. I am fortunate enough to take K-Slay's time spot. So like out of all the shit.
I thought Papoose took them.
No, I got K-Slay.
So Papoose gonna do the drama hour? What does Papoose do?
That's above my pay grade.
Oh, it's above your pay grade.
Papoose. And I shot 3 videos for Papoose. Shout out to Papoose. Shout out to Milcia Street Heat. I direct these credits on multiple Papoose videos. I don't know how the politics created that portion of it, but I just know that, you know, my work and my effort was able to secure the time slot of J45.
And you get a lot of good interviews.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the best interviews I can because, again, the same way y'all running your own shit, I'm running my shit too. And I think a lot of times, I don't know if artists are afraid to come on like such a big platform or if they feel like they might be curated the right way when it comes to clickbait. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to have G-Dep today. He didn't show up. You know, I don't know if some of the interviews that he did in the past, you know what I'm saying, made him not.
Did he give a courtesy call or he just like, did a no call, no show?
But that's a problem with where we are as curators. You know what I'm saying? People want to make sure they curate it the right way.
I would think that he would want to, you know, when he just came out, and I would think that he would want to get on your show because your show is like the biggest show right now, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, but you know, my shit is a safe space. Just like this is a safe space. It's a safe space for all this bigger company can tell their story. There's no controversy. There's none of that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk about your catalog.
Yeah.
I want to get you to
no clickbait type of shit. No type of, yeah.
Not my show. No.
I think Benzino felt like that when
we first.
You know, because he knows a lot of click shit with it. You know, you can go crazy with it, you know, but we stayed away from a whole bunch of.
I think if the upper people watching this, I think the Inphamus Amadeuz Benzino interview would be good for the culture.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're doing it for the culture, let's do it for the culture. If someone gonna bury themselves, they're gonna bury themselves. All I could do is ask the questions, and then if you have emotion attached to it, then, you know.
Yeah. But your aim is not to bury nobody. Like I'm saying. That's like us. Our aim's not to bury nobody, you know?
So as an example, Drink Champs had posted something, but they blackballed, quote unquote, blackballed Cuba Link. I'm great friends with Tony Sunshine. I shot 2.
Yeah, shout out to my guy, Tony Sunshine.
4 Tony Sunshine videos, but, you know, I didn't like the way Drink Champs curated that clip, so I invited Cuba Link on my podcast. You know, and I was trying to give him the platform, but he kind of went left. You know, sometimes guys gonna bury themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can't stop that. We can just give them the outlet.
So from you doing that, do you think like Fat Joe or whoever will feel some type of way towards you, or you? For you is?
I'm a journalist. I'm a neutral party. I wasn't there when none of that shit happened. When, you know, fucking Pun cracked fucking Jay-Z over the bottle, you know, over the head with an East Speed. I mean, I wasn't there. Allegedly, I mean, I wasn't there. You know, I was just a fan of Terror Squad. I was a fan of, and he was a part of, you know, that was Pun's right hand, man.
I feel like us as, you know, people who do interviews and, you know, curators and everything like that, like we still get caught in the middle, even though we're just in the middle, like just, you know, we try to be in the middle.
You get caught in the middle if you let yourself get caught in the middle. If you completely establish that this is a safe space and you're going to let everybody tell their story the same way, then that's up to the artist or whoever you're interviewing to themselves get entangled in Charlotte's web.
I'm not even saying from that, but like, see this, like you said, the Drink Champs, you know what I'm saying? You know, I think obviously Fat Joe was like, yo, Lori,
but look,
I don't want this guy, you know.
But look, after I did this shit with Cuba Link, EFN followed me after that. They started responding to all my DMs and, you know, whatever I was tagging them in. Because again, I mean, when I first got the Punchline Academy show, the first thing that Sway told me, the first interview I did was with Sway. He told me, he was like, yo, you have to ask the right questions. As a journalist, as a curator of a culture, if that's what you're going to tell yourself that you are, you have to ask the right questions and continue to do that no matter what anybody says.
Yeah. No matter what offends this person or that person, or
you just have to ask
the right questions.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever feels good to you, whatever feels good to the culture. You know what I'm saying? And if people say certain things, that's on them.
Yeah, man, I'm just saying the politics of the game. Like, you know, you're my boy, like, you're my guy. You feel me? So if you just hit somebody over the head, did something crazy, you feel me? And you're like, yo, friend, I don't fuck with that guy. Boo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the separating the street shit from hip hop. No. Like I was saying from before.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
But at the end of the day, you're still my guy. So if you really strongly feel like, yo,
you can't play politics.
No, you can't. You can't. You know what I'm saying? But people do that, though. People like, nah, you know, people. Like,
I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's
so you would never tell me, like, don't interview me. You just did something crazy to me or whoever. But
I will give you the heads up. So let's just say, in this particular example, with Cuban Link and the whole shit, like I gave Tony Sunshine and them the heads up. I said, yo, I didn't like the way Nori and them spoke about Cuban. I'm gonna bring them on my podcast.
So you gave
I don't care what you say. I'm just giving you the courtesy as my man. I ain't like that shit. I'm a neutral party. I'm a journalist. This is my responsibility to the culture to articulate everybody's story the right way. All I can do is give you the platform. You bury yourself, you buried yourself.
Because like when Math Hoffa, when they did the joint with J Hood, you feel what I'm saying? They was kind of like, you know, dang, he did this style speed, he did J Hood, and then they mad at Math Hoffa. And Math Hoffa just a journalist.
Nah, but it's the way that they did it. See, that's different.
Okay, so tell me how it's different.
Like the way they did it, they specifically interviewed Styles P, and then they brought J Hood on for clickbait. That's different. That is a pure, and shout out to Math Hoffa, you ducked me for Punchline Academy. I hit you a bunch of times. You haven't pulled up. But that is a poor way of curating journalism. So I was supposed to have G-Dep today on Punchline Academy. He didn't come. I feel that he didn't come because of the way that the Art of Dialogue interview went. You know what I'm saying? Like he said a bunch of shit about like his jail shit, this, that. All they did was take, like, yo, this is the way I was on the mic. They just fucking post that on social media and just use his weaknesses to the advantage for clickbait. Like, how are you monetizing that? That is not the right way to be a journalist. You know what I'm saying?
So he did something interview before, and then it went
with this platform called Art of Dialogue, and they took a specific clip where he was looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that went viral on social media. You know, man, you gotta create a safe space for artists.
Yeah.
That is not the right way to be a journalist. You have such a fucking responsibility whenever you're talking on the camera or talking on the microphone, man.
And that's how we look at it.
This is what separates certain podcasts from the greats, like Sway, from Big Tigger, from Big Boy's Neighborhood. This is what separates the Angie Martinez shit from the local podcaster. You gotta kill it to come shit the right way. I can't be about clickbait all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't cool. That shit, so.
No, we make sure we tell our guests all that all the time. Like we're not here for the gossip. We're not here for the drama. Like we don't want it.
Yeah.
Like
you know, so we gotta take the stairs instead of the elevator by being not here for the gossip. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
But that's a long-term play.
Yeah. We here for the long term.
I'll work to your favor.
Yeah. People like, y'all fuck with Forster when they come on there respectful. You know, it's not all about talk crazy and you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely ain't about that. You the same way though, too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, was trying to curate.
Yeah.
Safe space for everybody, for the independent artists and for all legendary artists, where they can feel comfortable, where they can express their story the right way, and they don't feel like I'm gonna ask any controversial questions. I never ask any controversial questions. If you choose to bring something up, then I'll elaborate on it. But ultimately, it's up to you if you want to express yourself.
Yeah.
So do you still do first of all, how did you start doing the Punchline Academy out of Vinny Idol's basement? And do you still do that?
Yeah. I mean, there was like a bunch of like political shit that happened. But originally the Punchline Academy was called Serious Cypher. I didn't have my name on that. And then there was a bunch of changes happening at the station. So they gave me the chance to create the Cypher under something that I own. So I chose to do the Punchline Academy. But then we were in COVID. So shout out to my man Shot Boogie. He connected with Video Idol, and we went to the basement of the Punch On Academy. And I was able to curate that 7-minute segment that was doing on the radio on top of what I was already doing and create a 2-hour program. So yeah, so the Punch On Academy, our basement cipher is still a part of the show. That is a starting point for every MC. If you're nice, show them your hood. If you think you dope, that's your first starting point. Come to the Punch On Academy live. The Punch On Academy, our live showcases. You perform. If one of my staff like you, you may get a chance to go to the basement. From the basement, you work your way up. There were so many MCs that I had on Serious Cypher, the 38 Specials, Rome Streets. Nobody knew who Rome Streets was. Rome Streets was a fill-in for a cipher that I had with 38 Special Chain New York. Flea Lord was like a compliment to like Benny and them. You know what I'm saying? I had so many artists from the beginning. So now that I have the Punch On Academy, I just want to document their journey the right way. And then once they graduate, they pull up to Shane.
Man, let's go crazy. You know, I ain't gonna lie, man. I still got to, you know, to hat off to you. You know, you brought my people up to Shade. You know, you brought Blaze up there. You brought Fab. You brought Blacksmith up there. You know what I'm saying? Went to the building. My dudes tore it down. You know what I'm saying? So once again, thank you for that, man, because you don't owe nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at things. Like, you don't owe me shit. I don't owe you shit, but you still help out. You still reach out. You still do things that you don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. It's hard to find motherfuckers like that. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it is. You know what I mean? I'm that same type of guy, too. Like, I like to, you know, help out whatever connects I got. You know what I mean? But people got to understand. Some people, too, now people start getting entitled. I know you deal with a lot of shit. Yeah, I know you deal with a lot of shit.
Yo, I had to change my number.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. I had the same number for like fucking 15 years. You know what I mean? When I got the show, I hadn't changed my shit. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you throwing so many rocks at a wall, and a part of those rocks, you dealing with certain energy that you usually want to deal with. You set this certain shit. So once I got the show, it's like, all right, let me set back. Let me see who, like, what different type of energy I'm on in my space.
Yeah, it is. I think it is what it is. But entitlement's a motherfucker.
You got a text.
Yeah, I got the number. Yeah. Shout out to you.
You know what I'm saying? But
shout out to you crackheads who didn't get it.
yeah, I mean,
You know?
he definitely got the text.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I got the number. Shout out to my guy. Real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate. I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? He already had a plate. I have my own plate. We put our shit together. We eat together. I ain't coming with my hand out and all this extra shit. He know what it is. You feel me? Come to my type, my type of the woods where I'm at. Get treated with world treatment. You understand what I'm saying? So what we do, one hand wash the other. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
A lot of y'all motherfuckers just come through asking, trying to grab and do all this, and you asking all these questions, and you want to be down, and you want to start hanging around, try to ride the wave. No, you're gonna drown, bitch.
Motherfucker
Bye.
pulling from your energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they pull it exactly.
You know what? And I ain't gonna lie, Blaze G is one of the most elite lyricists in the town. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just gotta keep him focused. You feel me? It's my guy. So, bro, you gotta keep.
You gotta separate.
Yeah, you gotta. It's hard, man. We're still in the trenches, man.
Blaze G did a project with Inphamus Amadeuz.
Nah, it's going down.
So y'all slacking right now.
Nah, it's going down.
Put in my nigga without talking to him.
Nah. We gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
You probably watch it right. I want to watch it right now.
You watching Blaze is your wife.
All that nigga right now.
Nah, definitely, man.
Shout out Blaze G.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my guy Party. I met him through y'all too, man. That's my guy.
That's my brother.
You know what I'm saying? My man Ricky Batts. He's the one that even introduced us. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my guy Ricky Batts for that. You know what I mean? And you know, the whole army, the whole family, man. I fuck with y'all, man. You know what I mean? We always click every time. There's always love. Ain't no funny, weird bullshit going on. You feel what I'm saying? This is why, because I knew you before the pandemic. We was rocking.
You know me as me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you've been a witness to the whole shit.
Yeah. It's been here.
I'm just adjusting. I knew you before all the shit happened too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just adjusting. You know what I mean? It is an adjustment that you gotta make, and you just gotta, figure out what type of people and energy you want around. What because you want to do it. And
people are energy suckers. Blood suckers is what I call them.
they valid.
You do a lot of independent artists. What annoys you the most? Like, what's a no-no for independent artists to do? Like, once they start fucking with you and you build a rapport.
Entitlement is number one. Thinking you're the best rapper in the world. That's a super miscalculation because I'm the MC. Not saying that I'm better than you, but you got to know they being judged by MC. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of fucking artists mixes is dirt. Yo, facts. The way motherfuckers is recording is fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I could name a bunch of niggas that I know right now that they fucking records. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm just saying, there's a bunch of guys that's like, man, you know, you gotta, nigga, I mean, if you send me a record, like I'm curating to 41 million people, I mean, that's the reach, right? And, you know, you want your music to sound the best. I mean, it doesn't have to sound quad studio-like, but just make sure it's the best it could be.
Spend that money on the engineering, spend the money on the mastering, you know what I'm saying?
And I also think my number one pet peeve is artists not creating music for public spaces. There's just so many records that I get all day, and it's just like, it's just for one style. It's like, you know, the zombie vibe, or just the trap vibe, or, you know, whatever the trap means to you. Like, I need to be able to take a record and play it in a barbecue, play it in the wedding, play it in the 90s brunch. That is my fucking absolute number one pet peeve. I don't have the records that go cross over. If you upset the way hip hop sounds right now, well, nigga, create records that motherfuckers can hear any fucking time.
But what about they trying to home in on a certain type of audience, and that's the records they giving you? Like,
well, I mean, if you're doing records for the niggas like women, you know what I'm saying? Women, I mean, make some records like that too. Like, just create a whole entire vibe. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of artists lost personality in this shit. They just trying to say it's just trapping, it's drug dealing, it's smoking weed. I mean, what else? You can't pay your rent this month. I want to hear that shit. Your baby mama beefing with you, I want to hear that shit. Your grandmother died last week, I want to hear that too. We grew up in an era where we knew our artists without ever meeting. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to Illmatic, we go down the list, even R&B shit. Like, you felt like you knew your artist personally without ever meeting them. Like, where's that? You sound like everybody else.
Listen, I don't even listen to your kids. Do they listen to like old school music? Not old school music, but
They listen to old school R&B.
Okay, that's it. But they don't listen to like mom.
It's just such, again, because we live in a culture where nobody wrote the shit down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So how do I tell my 14-year-old what hip hop is, or what culture is supposed to be, or what lyricism is? I mean, there's no rule book. It's just create as you go. You know what I'm saying?
So who do they listen to, and did they put you on to certain artists?
Yeah. Shout out to my daughter Harmony. She took me to drill school and I have 41. So Sirius XM sent me the email like, yo, we got this group 41. You know, I know they hot shouting Gene Carter and Kyle Rich and Tata. They like the hottest drill group. So, you know, I don't really listen to drill, obviously. So I had to sit down with my daughter like, yo, like who's doing this? What's the hot record? Of course, you know what I'm saying? You got to tap in with the younger people.
Yeah, so.
Like my kids don't really, you know what I'm saying? Lyrics is, when music made a change, they shunned the mecca out. That they're, you know, New York hip hop, Northeastern hip hop from lyricism. So, you know, these kids curate music in a different way. I mean, we're the only place that doesn't sound like where we're from. It's fucking just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? I had my man Doms, so I had a guy that I grew up with, literally, you know, for my blog and shit. I had him come through freestyle on Shay. And after the interview, when he was talking, he said, "You heard me?" And I'm like, nigga, what? Nah, but it's true though. It's true. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Southern influence on the way they curated that type of dialect to us is so crazy that it just affected us in a way where it's like, you know, I don't know where the culture goes from it. I don't know if it's gonna be revived.
So, if I'm not mistaken, Method Man did an interview with Matt Papa. Yeah. Did your name come up and you said that you kinda?
Yep. So I did so during the pandemic, what I did was, instead of having conversations with talking to the guests, I talked directly to the audience. So I was doing like 60-second content or whatever I felt was going on. So I did some shit where I was talking about like why, you know, like hip hop doesn't revere our legends, and I mentioned Method Man's album, and how I didn't get the same rotation considerations as someone like Fabio Ford or like some of the younger people. And it was dope because not only did Method Man mention me on the Math Alpha podcast, he actually sent me like a personal video. Like he sent me a personal video, and it was very quick, but it was just like, yo, you never know who's watching. That was it. That was just the video. It was like, yo, you never know who's watching, you know what I'm saying? And that's about creating the culture the way we want it to be. And but that was super amazing, going up, listening to Method Man, and having just acknowledged like my ideology of fucking fun.
Yeah. I see that. I was like,
that was fun. Yeah, that was fire. Yeah, that was good. That was super fire. Yeah, that was fire. Yep.
And that's the hard work, man. You know,
fire, man. Yeah, putting that pain in.
Yeah. Like you say, that's another rock throughout the window and cracked it and look at that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Play, yo.
That's it.
So the biggest venue you got to DJ at?
Madison Square Garden.
And how did that feel?
Oh my God.
Wait, he did the Knicks game. He was at
The Knicks game.
Yeah.
That shit was
And I don't care if it was a Knicks game. I don't care if it was DJing out the bathroom. That was the biggest venue.
that was the most amazing experience. Not only did I DJ at the Garden, I actually I didn't drive to the Garden. Like I really wanted to experience it the way that I always thought it would feel. So I literally took the train to the Garden. I got jumped on the train. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that shit was fucking crazy. And I was in front of 20,000 people, but I felt like I was by myself. It was so crazy being in front of you. I mean, you know where we from? We from the mud, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fucking Garden was like, oh my God, the energy in that shit was crazy. And the dope thing was, so the reason why they brought me to the Garden was to play like 90s hip hop shit. But I got a chance to do like a pop set. So like almost like out of my niche. Yo, and I felt like some Fat Man Scoop Pitbull play. Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. It was
A lot of them going crazy in there.
Yeah, the Garden was, Jesus. I hope every person would experience that feeling. Like being in front of that many people and watching everyone, you know, because you're creating the soundtrack to their lives. You know what I'm saying? And you're playing music. That was so amazing.
Dope.
Yeah, so I know, like, bring it back to like how you really fuck with the culture. Like you was fucking with Granddaddy IU before he passed.
Yo, rest in
that
peace,
was major. You know, so I got to meet him through you. You know what I'm saying? And then you had me pull up to the Jazzo joint. Yeah, you was working with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So basically, you be working with artists. It don't matter. Like if they did something back in the day, you respect it. Like we need more people like that. I feel like I feel like now our culture, we look at people when they get older, it's just like you know what I'm saying? Like
they have an immense value.
Yeah, they do. Now I respect it.
Hip Hop 50 showed everybody that.
And
they counted everybody out.
Yeah.
Yo, they selling out shit crazy. Like all the artists that you thought like Sector Sonic and like you said Jazzo and Tragedy and all these guys that you wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. But a part of me doing that was because I was trying to figure out like what does the actual rap audience want? Like what do you guys want? Okay, so could I take someone like a Granddaddy IU or Paula Perry or Tragedy Gaddafi or Jazzo and make the new song feel like you felt in the 90s or the 2000s? You said again, our audience has been shunned. You know what I'm saying? If you got in your car, did you hear any of the new Nas albums like King Disease?
Yeah.
Did you really tap in? If you went into your car right now, would you listen to Illmatic or King Disease?
I'm gonna listen to Illmatic.
And that's the point. You know what I'm saying? So the majority of us would actually tap back in. Like we are curated in a way where we're not gonna listen to the new music. So I wanted to figure out a way to get like an older sound of artist to tap in with the consumer and the listener a certain way that get them to engage with the content. You know what I'm saying? And that was just a part of my process, what you see right now. Like I know I could take a Paula Perry, somebody you know, yo, she got shunned by the industry. She got records of Luther Vandross. You never heard of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, take her, make her shit go, and figure out how the audience want to interact with it.
Yeah. Well, about that market, that's what marketing company strategizes planning. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like our culture, like I said, we don't respect the OGs. We don't respect the, you know what I'm saying? Be quick to call somebody, yo, like, I just went through some bullshit online of last week. Motherfuckers is mad because I brought BD Siegel. Hey, nobody want to see that old nigga? You know what I'm saying? What?
What the fuck? I love that.
Y'all watching on live now and all that too. Yeah, they snap that shit. Yeah. You got old niggas on flyers. You know, it's subliminals though. You know, you got old niggas on flyers and all this. I'm like, God damn.
One thing that me and Frank Nino got in common is all the old artists, you are more than welcome to the Punchonic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
100% welcome. If you got a record, if you got a story, if you got something to tell that resonates with a certain audience, if you feel disenfranchised, hit Frank Nino and pull up on me on Shade 45. Make sure you got a rap click ready for me too. Don't call yourself a rapper if you can't actually rap. Make sure you got a clip ready. I want all of them guys to pull to the point.
Yeah, all the guys, man. Classic dude.
45. Let's tell you a story. Let's get ready the right way.
Exactly. Because people like me and really fuck with the culture, man. All that, because you're older. I got to respect you, bro, because you're older and you're still out here doing it. You feel what I'm saying?
Paved the way for me.
Yeah. But I think these younger motherfuckers is not, I don't think, maybe, are we failing as being the older people not telling, hold on, are we, I mean, because, you know, there's two sides we can look at it. Are we going on our way to teach these younger people about, you know, hip hop? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are we just like, oh, they young, they on this track shit, or they on this, on the, what do they call it, drill shit, and then we just.
I gave you the answer previously. This whole fucking culture is built on rules that was never written. I mean, what are the actual fucking rules of hip hop? We went to Hip Hop 50 at Yankee Stadium, right? August 11th last year, actually like the birth fucking 50 of hip hop in Yankee Stadium, in the place that it was fucking created. They brought out two different people that they called the first MC. They brought out Coco Rock earlier, who was actually at the party with Kool Herc, as the first MC, and then Snoop Dogg, the most famous rapper in the fucking world, brought out DJ Hollywood from Brooklyn, who's the first MC. Like, what are you telling? Like, the message was fucked up. They write none of this shit down. Like, how could you expect anybody to follow a rule book that wasn't written?
Man, okay.
What are the fucking rule books of this shit? Tell me, like, where does it say that there's 5 different elements of hip hop? Where does it say there's a difference between an MC and a lyricist? Where does it say, what's the difference between boom bap, trap music, drill music, fucking Midwest music? I mean, where? Tell me.
That's right.
So we all just take, well, you know, our definition and put it in our head and do what the fuck we want to do it, and then,
Motherfuckers do it on the fly.
Yeah, do it on the fly. You know what I'm saying?
What are the rules of this shit? There was no rule book, and now they're trying to write it now. It's like it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they have a habit of using rock and roll as a reference to hip hop. They have a habit. It's like, all right, well, you know, hip hop is only 50 years old. Well, rock and roll is only 11 years older than hip hop. It's only 11 years older. You know what I'm saying? It took rock and roll 10 years to create the first subgenre. That's another problem. You categorize it, everybody's the same shit. I mean, what is the difference between Lil Baby and West Side Gun? If I go right now to my favorite DSPs, Spotify, Pandora, any DSPs, if I want to look at West Side Gun and Lil Baby, it'd be the same shit.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop, rap. I mean, it's obviously different. So, you know, who curates this?
Now, if you could play a part in curating and writing the rules, would you do that?
It is a simple fix. All someone has to do in a powerful distribution company is just distribute a record in a subgenre that they want. That's it. Simple. You have to curate. You have to just create it. That's all.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody. Shout out to Pat Bruce. He had Tool Call. All he got to do is take Frank Nino shit with Blaze G and Smoke Dizza, whoever's on the record, and just categorize it as boom bap. And that's it, done. Now the subgenre is created. Now you just create things that way.
Yeah, you're right, because a lot of these DSPs don't do that.
It's not that complicated.
So if you could leave a legacy behind, what would your legacy be? I mean, you already built a legacy for yourself, but
I guess my ultimate goal is to inspire younger artists to feel like being an actual rapper is important. Like being intelligent when you talk, being intelligent when you speak, being able to curate your words in a certain way that makes actual fucking sense for it to be something that you can be proud of. I think that they have shunned guys down. They have put in a space where they want you to dumb it down, and that's not what the world wants you to be. So wake the fuck up and follow what it takes for you to be a successful human being. Articulate shit the right way, that's all.
they don't know how to do that. I do the franchise report too.
Okay.
So we have a lot of artists. You know, they hit me up. Yo, I want to come show you what I can do.
Is it difficult to like deal with certain artists? Because I've been turning so many artists down for the Punchline Academy, even though I think they're good people, but it's like it doesn't fit what I'm trying to do.
So I try to, I'm very, like you can see it in my face, I'm very picky. But a lot of them will go behind my back and then reach out to franchise. And then, you know, franchise, this is his baby. This is what he does. So he wants, you know, he's going to give them that chance. But yeah, I feel a lot of them shouldn't even be there. But this is an open platform. I can't deny you from showing us what you have. But their interview process, like they don't know how to talk.
Well, they don't know how to articulate.
You're talking to them and it's like pulling teeth.
Would you tell them?
Yeah, we tell them that.
Actually, will you say like, yo?
So I try to. I'm the mother. Okay. So franchises always saying something like, no, she's the mother. I'm the auntie, or whatever the case may be. But I'll tell them, you know, like, work on yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work on yourself, you're not going to be able to get out there and articulate. You're not going to be able to get out there and people are not going to understand you. So it's a lot, but it's a
Shout out to the franchise and call. Make sure you got your bars ready to go up there.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all good enough. We might, you know, throw you alley-oop to the Punchline Academy maybe. As far as the boys, he might be.
Make sure you bar.
If, you know what I'm saying? Might come on bars on deck, then we gonna throw you to the Punchline. You know, it is what it is though. But no, we can sit here and go all day, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is Forced to Win podcast, man. And you know, I need to hear one of your Forced to Win stories when your back was against the wall. And it's just like, you know what?
I almost got to a fist fight with DMX in Maine. Facts.
In Maine?
Yeah, this is super Forced to Win. So
Maine.
I've never had no one ask me this. I used to book concerts amongst every day that we spoke about. I used to book concerts.
He was a promoter, like, good.
Yeah, no, I used to book concerts though.
Oh, yeah.
So I was literally the liaison between the majority of New England and New York City. I was booking shit everywhere. Lawrence, Concord, fucking New Hampshire, all the way up to Burlington, Vermont, Augusta. I did all that shit. So I was booking. So I developed a relationship with promoters where as soon as I pull up to the town, they give me the bag, whatever the case is. So I booked DMX in 2 days. This is the fucking week that he called like a heart attack in a hotel type of shit. You know what I mean? So that was Wednesday, Friday. I pull up to the spot, promoter give me the back end of the bag. I go on meeting DMX outside, like, yo, I want to go to the hotel. I give him the bread. I give some of the bread. I get the bread, whatever. He want to go to the hotel. It's like, you know, up there, it closed. I think it was at the Capitol. What's that spot? The 2-floor Joy in Lawrence. Or, I don't know. Central. It was at Central nightclub. You ever shout out to Troy Douglas, rest in peace. He's the person that booked that shit. So go back to the hotel. It's like 12:30. Then it was like 12:45, 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30. Nigga DMX didn't want to come out the room and shit. You know what I'm saying? We finally get him out the room. It was 1:50. Get to the spot like 2:15. There's a whole riot in front of the club. Like a straight fucking riot in front of the spot. So then now the next day is in Augusta, Maine. It was at like a hotel / skating ring shit. So we get up there, whatever the case is. DMX in the lobby, he spazzed and he like, yo, this nigga Inf gotta give me the back end of the money. I'm like, yo, my nigga, you didn't pull up to the last spot. You know what I'm saying? And this is Valentine's Day. So this was February 13th, February 14th. I'm like, yo, you didn't pull up. Whatever the case is, the promoter don't want to give you the bread until you get there. I finally get him to the hotel. You know, sun getting fried, whatever the case is. Now you gotta do 2 songs. So I go to X. I'm like, yo, it's time for you to perform. He said, yo, this shit in my contract. I'm like, nigga, you gotta do 2 songs. You skipped all these guys. You know what I'm saying? The day before. And now you trying to skip all. And nigga, we are in Maine. Motherfuckers live in trailers in Maine. Like literally, like these guys literally spent motherfuckers in Maine live in trailers. You know what I'm saying? They spent their last bread on Valentine's Day for DMX tickets. You gotta perform it. Yo, if you talking to me crazy, step outside. Yo, facts. DMX, I'm step outside. Shout my man Swerve, my man GL the Future, also a few niggas, whatever. So now I'm in front of the spot, whatever. Rough Rider niggas is surrounding me. We outside. X is talking to me crazy. So I, you know, and while this is happening, again, I've been booking shows up in New England. So you know, the guys in New England, niggas are going to their cars, they getting hammers and shit. I brought Redman up there, Method Man, Fetty. I brought mad niggas up there. They going to their cars. They see niggas getting the rest with me. I tell X, I'm like, yo, my nigga, if you swing on me, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna get washed. But I'm telling you, you motherfuckers ain't gonna walk out of here. And then niggas looking around, and motherfuckers, them white niggas is crazy up there. Niggas got shotguns, all that shit. You know what I mean? I had the promoter come part the contract. The point is that I got fucking X to go back and
you forced that, yo.
Forced to win. Right? Now, look, this is the super forced to win, right? So now, we in a packed club in Maine. It's like 1,100 people in this shit. I get DMX back in the spot. He finally performing the Rough Rider anthem, Stop, Drop. I'm standing on the speaker. Some nigga fucking smack his girl. Some guy smack his girl. This is why they smack his girl. Boom. I jump on the stage, rocking, yo, shit was fucking bugged out, bro. Forcing the win. That was crazy.
Wow.
That was, DMX did 2 songs. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow. Wow. Well, I usually have a question, but I'm not gonna ask it because that was a hell of a story.
Let's go.
Okay, so I usually ask before Frank asks that question. Mental health. What does mental health mean to you, and what do you do on a daily basis to keep yourself going, keep yourself sane?
I talk to myself.
Okay.
I have staff meetings and myself.
By myself meetings.
I mean, if you're self-employed, I mean, you gotta have staff meetings. So it's healthy to talk to you, though. I talk to myself every day.
Not bad.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to myself, make sure that I'm right in my own thoughts and my articulation and my plans and where I want to go.
Okay. There you go.
And that's another episode of Motherfucking Force to Win podcast. Shout out to Dave's Candidates, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Punchline Academy,
Yeah.
the whole army,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who got something to do with what we got going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Word, we here, man.